Hello and welcome to the Rambling Hour, where... What are you making me play today, honey?
The Dig.
Okay.
The LucasArts project that was supposed to be art.
Was supposed to be art, how so?
I think this is the one they got Steven Spielberg involved. I didn't look it up before we started, okay?
Okay, do you have your phone?
Yeah. I'm convinced it was a Spielberg one.
Okay.
Unless I'm mixing up my directors. And it was like in development hell for years, and frankly the result is unusual but still awkward.
Sounds promising. So you want me to play through this whole game?
Yes.
Over the next few weeks or something? Okay, fine. I'll make you play through something as well.
And you'll find that the two things we'll be playing through will be very similar in gameplay. Wander around confused until you find something that works.
Oh, you already know what I'm gonna make you play before I'm gonna make you play it.
Yes. Because I had to buy it! Well, actually, frankly, we haven't entirely figured it out. There's a number problem.
Yeah. Ooh, a 1-in-1 collision chance. That's bad. My math isn't that great, but like, doesn't that mean that there's a very high chance it will happen?
The game uses a combination of drawn two-dimensional artwork and limited pre-rendered three-dimensional clips, with the latter generated by industrial light and magic. That was the only word that was proper in. The game is inspired by an idea originally created for Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories series. I don't even know Amazing Stories. I'm too young.
Yeah, I actually don't know it either.
The shuttle is up and away.
And if I tell you anything more, I'm gonna give you spoilers, so...
Oh, okay.
So, what are you taking from the intro so far?
So, asteroid is gonna crash into us unless we do something. Is this Drillers?
You think that, but it's a Steven Spielberg story.
Okay. Or wait, was it Armageddon that was the Michael Bay? We sent drillers to a rock to destroy it.
I knew you were talking about the Armageddon.
Yeah. Why is that movie not called Drillers? Why is there
The
another
story
movie called
where
Drillers?
Dad sacrifices himself so Adam Hunk can go back to Eve on planet to breed.
To be honest.
That's all I remember from Armageddon. Oh, and I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. Welcome to the singing hour.
I mostly remember very racist Russian stereotype on the ISS.
You remember more than me. Wow.
I remember that Bruce Willis was the dad, and Bruce Willis can always sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. That's fine.
For Adam Hunk.
And wasn't Steve Buscemi like
3D, guys.
Wasn't Steve Buscemi in that movie as like a serial sex offender, and it was funny?
Maybe.
Because
I
Steve Buscemi is an ugly bastard.
All I took away from that movie is Aerosmith, guy dies, breeding couple lives. That's not much.
Yeah.
That's like a description of half of horror movies as well.
I'm also remembering that people were like, why are they sending like drillers to space? Isn't it easier to teach astronauts how to be drillers than to teach drillers how to be astronauts?
I think you mean miners as well, but it doesn't really matter.
Drillers,
Details.
Miners. They used big...
Miners are drillers. Take whatever innuendo from that you want.
They used big machines to break rocks.
Humanity needs you to go drill the asteroid. Ding.
I will say that this whole intro, okay, it's a bit long, but it's very cinematic. Like,
I told you there was Spielberg involvement. And industrial light and magic, they had to show off, okay?
Yeah. Like, there's a couple of older games that really have a flair for cinema already. Like, recently I tried playing Vagrant Story, which is an old PS1 role-playing game by the people behind the original Final Fantasy games, among others.
And it didn't want to save. That's also what I remember from you talking about that.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna get to that, but like, the intro cinematic for it interweaves like cutscenes with gameplay in a very well directed way.
I think now we need to pay attention.
Oh.
Come on out, kids.
Because I remember this scene means something.
Robin's here.
Mm.
Going independent.
Robin's here. I actually don't know what they sound like, so.
Robin's, I think that was the lady, yeah, there you go.
Don't bump into anything. I'll be careful, Commander.
Yeah, they have their obligatory lady on the party.
Mm.
There is drama in this game. It is actually surprisingly serious for a LucasArts title.
I have to say, Brink's eyes look kind of like, are you fucking kidding me?
Very fitting for the character.
You going to quote him on that in some magazine, Robbins?
Yes. Actually, why is a reporter person in an astronaut team?
So, the asteroid is there, or what?
Load a landing team. Let's go check out conditions on the surface.
Uh-huh.
The weatherman called for clear skies, no wind, no rain, no air.
So... okay, considering how small the asteroid is, they are really far away from it still. Ooh, we can choose quadrants, people. 1 to 4.
I don't know. Pick whatever. I only know something by the time we get to the surface.
Okay, let's go for 3.
So I'm assuming that I dicked my way through the starting bit.
Mm. Ooh. Pretty pixel art, though.
Yeah, of course, they had it nailed by this point.
It's LucasArts, so...
Look how pretty it is. Hello. Here's your dialogue system, by the way. Say something profound. Flying pig.
Miles can tell you more than I can. What do you think of her story?
I actually don't know how to access the inventory.
Mm.
That might be a problem.
But she is very capable, and she writes interesting stories.
She writes interesting stories.
Are you getting a good look at the asteroid, Rick? I have hardly looked at anything else, Commander. Happy to set foot on a new world, Rick? Attila is...
That was something profound.
Commander. It is merely new to us. Low out.
Hello, out.
Robbins, this is Low.
Robin's here. I read you.
Get anything juicy?
So this is the story of a
I'm not writing my article right now.
random gaggle of not really astronauts going to an asteroid.
So thank the Earth.
FYI, it's not the Armageddon story, okay?
I'm very impressed with this experiment.
I don't think the dialogue is gonna lead you anywhere.
Geological survey team
To be
around the
honest.
surface of Venus.
We'll be taking a close look at the asteroid to make certain the detonation points they've chosen are suitable. I'll bet you make the pig the hero of the story, Robin.
So far, it has the most attractive personality.
Wow.
Well, that's mean.
No, Commander. So was I.
Low out.
The most attractive personality.
That's mean.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Back to space.
So we just have to...
You can't just like float around in space without a goal. This is unrealistic.
Yeah, that rock is moving, people.
Yeah.
Attila. Auspicious name.
Yeah. Is there anything of interest on this side? Well, Robbins is in the way of that bit, so back to space.
Guess we'll try the top 2 quadrants now.
Yeah. Just take a
Hey,
look around.
props for using quadrants properly as far as, you know, mapping a 3D object to 2D space is concerned. Because sometimes you see people going on like quadrants, and when they're looking at the map of the Milky Way, and it's like this tiny sliver, and it's like, that's not what a quadrant is, people.
That's a lane or something, you know. What a nice asteroid. Ain't it pretty? Is that the inventory? Oh, that's the inventory. That's helpful. Arming key. Flashlight. Use the examine maybe, I don't know. Ooh, ooh.
It's where explosive alpha should be placed.
Yes.
Well, we don't have the explosive.
Oh.
It's probably on the pig that they mentioned. And that's back at the thingy.
Mm.
So, off the space. I'm gonna make a wild guess that there needs to be one everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. So,
See, my plan to just let you dick around for a bit helped. We made it to a possible answer to the non-puzzle.
That really was something.
Was it?
No human has ever touched.
And our job is
Be in awe.
let's move.
Don't choke on it. On the awe. Are you okay? Do we need a smack on the back?
a small one. Yeah. Better. Better. Oh yeah, there's a tool chest here. Yeah, but to be honest, I think actually being in space in front of such a massive rock is probably very...
Yeah, but I
Crazy.
can't help being
What was the
unimpressed
first thing
having
you
played
said?
the game. It's the pig.
Specialist Miles needs to use the remote arm to release it.
So I think you need to like get it moving somehow.
Yeah, but we need a Miles who...
But Miles is in the space thing, I think. So maybe with the PDA thing. What is that? Well, that's communications. They're all there. It doesn't matter.
Oh, here's Miles.
Okay, fine. Talk to her a bit.
Miles, this is low. Do you read?
Yeah, Boston, I'm on you.
You wish.
In your dreams.
They have a little in-joke.
Yes.
Ready for the deployment of the free fall tool chest.
Is the crew clear of the area?
Crew is clear.
Crew is clear. Look, we did 3D, guys. It's
Yep.
fancy.
When was this game made?
Oh,
Or,
look at
well,
the
when
date.
is it released?
90 somewhere.
Yeah, but like, there's a big difference between...
1995.
It's pretty impressive.
Dude, it's Industrial Light and Magic. If it doesn't hold up,
I know.
I'd be impressed, to be honest.
For the people who do not know, ILM is like the studio that was started to make Star Wars happen.
Boston, you just be good to my baby.
It was the place to be once upon a time.
Load a landing team.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the pig down to the surface. Follow me.
You be good to my baby, Boston, you hear me?
We'll be back soon, Cora.
Well, we did at least find one surface to put it on, so that's a go. Ooh. You can probably put it on those rocks there. Can you use the examine thing?
Well, just clicking on it seems to be examine, if it's not someone else. Okay.
Click it again, I guess?
Aha, okay.
Oh, a digger. Take it.
And I guess we'll need beta here.
Yeah, I'd expect that. Can you take a shovel?
Oh, there's a shovel as well. Okay. Guess we have...
It's an American flag, of course.
Yeah.
You'll probably need a digger to, like, dig into those rocks.
Yeah. Where is it? Here it is.
Use it with space.
Smack Robbins in the face with it.
You are a journalist, be useful. Or maybe give it to the guy.
Much more elegant than the shovel. And more useful
Okay.
in space.
Use the examine instead then.
Examine.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be anything
Like,
here.
wave it around. Wave it around. Wave it around.
Yeah, don't put your hand in front of my face.
Well, I'll wave it in your face as much as I want. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything here, so move on to another quadrant.
Yeah, they just kind of moved me to this
Yeah, I know.
place.
Whee.
Oh, there we
Well,
go.
we did see it in 2, so...
Yeah, that was where Alpha had to be placed.
So we probably want to, like, dig in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put the thing on it. Why did they call the asteroid Attila?
Nice and smooth now.
Didn't...
That long as smooth. So Alpha was the one that had to be placed here.
I guess.
Shuttle, this is low. We're placing the explosive in quadrant 2.
Acknowledged.
Could you give
Whee!
me a hand with this break?
I'll be right there, Commander Lowe.
Yes, there is a lot of this in this game.
Mm.
One of the reasons that I don't have particular fond memories of it. Do they just have the same sprite?
They do. At least the shrunk down one.
Charge is set.
Instruments confirmed. Hey, I'm just so proud of you boys.
Okay, so now we have to find the other place to...
Yeah, it's either in 4 or 3. Just
Yeah.
take a good
Yeah,
look.
their eyes are different. That's the big difference.
We swear we're different people.
But shrunk down, they seem to have the exact same sprites.
I kinda wonder why we even brought the pig.
Yeah, it seems
You
to...
could have just picked everything up, I guess.
Mm. I guess it's
We're
just...
following protocol.
It's realism and hard science stuff, which, yeah, that's cool. You can implement tediousness for the sake of realism, though a point,
Use the
Rockstar.
examine thing just in case. Well, we're not gonna be examining Robbins. Moving on, this seems empty.
Yeah. So it must have been in the other quadrant.
Yeah, because we weren't really paying attention yet at that point.
Hmm.
I wonder how it likes the drilling.
The rock.
Yeah.
Don't know, I've
We
never heard
started
of it.
with some innuendo, so... Oh, I'm 100% sure it's that bit.
Uh-huh.
And it's probably with the shovel on the boulder. And then bad shit starts happening, I believe.
Where I need to plant the nuke.
Cause it's a giant boulder.
Cora, Kent, I'm jamming the shovel in under the boulder, then using maximum down thrust to pry it out.
Down thrust!
Well, I'm a little short on data about the tensile strength of shovel handles in 0G under maximum thrust conditions. In other words, who knows? It might work.
Boss, be careful. If
Just
you
do
handle
it.
Maximum down thrust will smash you right into Attila. You know the saying, whether the stone hits the glass or the glass hits the stone, it ain't gonna hurt the stone.
Thanks for the encouragement, Kent. Frank, if this actually works, the boulder's going to come flying straight at you. Better fly clear.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, move out of the way. Whee!
Not even an animation of him doing it, they just... Weep!
Now, aren't you glad I
3D!
just had a shovel in it? My rule is, if you can pick it up, take it with you, because you never know when you might need it.
I have the same rule, Cora, but I thought it only applied to women in bars.
Wow!
Oh.
That line hurt.
Careful, Ken. You don't want to find yourself getting quoted as a sexist pig in Maggie's article. I'm not here to spy on you.
Lighten up, Robbins. They're just teasing you. If they thought you were really a spy, they'd never talk freely on the open frequency.
That line still hurts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for familiarity, but that was a bit too much.
Target's ready for the explosive germ.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Let's just put...
The other one there.
Oh. There we go.
Shuttle, this is low.
Pardon
Now
me.
placing the explosive on the face of the asteroid in quadrant 3.
Acknowledged.
I need another hand here, Brick.
Of course, Commander.
Yeah, help this poor loser. Yeah, I'm not particularly sparkling today. I started with a couple of good jokes, but I seem to have run out of steam already.
Aw, it's fine. We are already 20 minutes in. Should have just spread out your jokes a little more.
Well, maybe something else will pop up that makes me jokey.
Yeah.
But I remember this one being pretty depressing at times, so...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guess time to go to the shuttle.
It's mysterious talky. Maybe you need to bring the pig along? Piggy pig?
Yeah, the pig.
Here, piggy, piggy, piggy.
Was in quadrant 1, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can we take it back? The piggy? I think the answer is no.
No.
Moving on.
Oh, right click also opens the inventory.
Oh, okay, that's helpful.
Buzz buzz, you're being popular.
No, I'm getting warnings about things that I don't want warnings about right now. That's what I get for leaving us open to look up a thing. Buzz buzz.
Oh well. Let's go then.
Let's head back to the shuttle, folks.
Yeah, you are doing that. Indeed, we know.
We... Okay, where was the detonator? Oh yeah, wait.
Maybe we need to just... Maybe we need to just... Oh!
We didn't arm the nukes.
Let's go back!
Oh.
I almost hate to see this assignment end.
Because you'll miss me when it's over.
Because Attila's pristine beauty will be spoiled.
Spoiled? Oh, well, if it lands on Earth, it's also gonna be spoiled.
Yeah. Let's see. We have one in quadrant 3 and
Yes.
one in quadrant 2.
Yes. Just use the thingy on the thingy. Yeah, maybe it works.
Arming key.
Plonk it in.
Look at the pretty red light, boys and girls.
No!
This charge is on.
Don't keep looking at it. Move on. Looking at it is a bad idea.
Let's explode it now!
It's a blinking light. What is this? Ape's Odyssey?
This asteroid has a pair of landing lights now, kids. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Who writes your material, Commander?
I get
Nobody.
it all out of the newspapers, Robin.
Oh man, they're back and forth.
It's very cheesy. We swear we're real humans.
Okay, can we take the pig with us now?
No, we're destroying it. Fuck that thing.
So, is the walking speed faster than the flying speed, or is this just how fast the game is?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I guess you missed right now. That was at least quick. Click, 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 click.
Yep.
Well, unless you were on a CD, then it was like click.
Watch you do the old fire dance.
Click. Every time.
No, actually, I remember playing it from a CD, and it actually went pretty okay. But of course,
Depends on the loading speed of the CD.
yeah, and this was years after the game was released, when it was a case of you really need the
I
latest
think you
CD
need to
drive
use
for
the
this.
PDA.
Ooh.
I call her, maybe? I don't know.
Miles, come in, Miles.
Miles here.
Hi, Cora. I know how sad you must be to see your last
One of these.
Hmm.
There's a lot of empty space in government too, Boston.
How can they be so sure the surface won't be radioactive after the explosions?
Well, the theory is that without an atmosphere and with so little gravity, most of the radioactive material will be blasted off into space, and almost none of it will settle in the safe quadrants.
Whatever she
Very
says.
right.
Hey, you're the guy in the cute suit. You tell me when it's all over.
Okay.
You'll know they were wrong if my coffin blows.
Don't worry, Boston. My baby's down there monitoring the surface. We'll know if it's safe before you go back.
Okay, she can't explode it. Someone else!
How's the pig doing?
Squealing its little heart out. You can tell Borden my baby's ready to monitor the explosions whenever you give him the order.
Ah, Borden knows it.
Okay.
Blow out.
So it's the guy flying with you, I guess.
Come in, Borden.
I'm here, boss.
No, Borden, the guy flying with us is Brink.
Oh,
Both nukes
can
are
already not keep them apart. Who are these people again?
Come on back inside for the fireworks.
Inside, okay then.
Confirm everybody inside.
all in, Cora.
All clear payload.
All clear, landing team.
All clear, shuttle.
Confirm doors closed.
We used to be so obsessed with asteroids hitting Earth. What changed?
People just got tired of disaster movies when 9/11 happened.
I guess that's indeed the reason.
It's, oh man, disaster movies are great. You get to see New York get blown up, and then
New York got actually blown up a little.
The explosion.
and people were like, yeah, this is not really all that great. Let's not make movies like this anymore.
Let's also delete the 2 towers out of any old movies that were just made.
My baby's getting
No, and now when disaster movies happen, it's more, yeah, climate change is killing us all.
We have detonation. Alpha and Beta.
What are the instruments showing?
Nothing big coming our way.
What's the pig telling us, Cora?
Attila's still in one piece.
It doesn't look safe, any of this.
Fracturing.
Look at all those drugs that flew the way of the camera.
Radioactivity in quadrant 1 is well within the safe range.
What does Houston say, Ken?
Everything's go for a surface walk at your option.
A surface walk?
Let's go, landing team. Let's see what Attila looks like after plastic surgery.
Man, can you imagine walking on a woman's face after plastic surgery?
Those were surgeons involved.
Why are you putting that?
Cause they made the fucking comparison.
I will say I do like the sun glow in the background. It's nice.
Eventually, we might as well do it now.
Yes, I really like pixel art in old games, especially environments.
So when are we seeing pixel art from you? Oh wait, you're already doing it. Never mind. When are we seeing this kind of pixel art from you?
Oh, that's probably not gonna happen.
You can do it.
Honestly, I do think that these are scanned-in images that they drew traditionally.
Well, some of it is 3D's converted to this shit.
Yeah, but the environments are probably paintings.
Look, it's the piggy wig. Oink.
The backgrounds are probably paintings that were scanned.
Why would it be named the pig?
I don't know.
Does it go oink?
Well, they were joking that it was squealing its little heart out.
It hasn't made a single noise, has it?
Hard to determine how this tunnel was formed.
It's a tunnel now.
No, it's very ancient.
Very ancient, how can you tell?
Oh, but this tunnel. Old, but not as old as the asteroid.
What does that mean?
I don't know yet.
How can you tell any of this?
There are some odd projections near the bottom of this tunnel that don't seem to belong here.
Okay, then we should go to the bottom of the tunnel, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Odd projection.
I think you're right, Frank. The stone projection isn't.
Isn't it more protrusion?
What is it doing?
Not a projection.
Maybe.
It's something that's sticking out, not being projected on. How about we keep going down? If we can.
No, this is the pig.
Further down this chasm.
Why not?
Because the pig is in the way.
It's the pig.
It's the pig.
Hmm. Oh. Oh, no.
Yeah, you just use it. I don't know. Rub things on the ring.
No, there's a metallic plate.
Anything.
Ah.
That's what I was seeing.
It won't accomplish anything.
Look at this, Brink. This can't be.
It ain't natural.
When you say it like that, my mind goes in very different directions.
It's almost like I'm a religious person when I make that voice.
Yeah.
Who could have put something like this in a tunnel?
Yes, yes, I think it's clear. Wherever Attila came from, there was someone there.
Could this be part of some kind of message? Like the one NASA put.
It's a message.
It's a message.
See, this is where we went wrong with the Voyager. We didn't put it in a fucking asteroid. Now that would be a message.
I'm clamping down total security as of this moment.
Oh no.
Be kidding.
You've been telling me all along you just want to be an ordinary member of the mission. I've had secret orders all along to look for any sign of alien presence on this rock. Now that
Secret
my instructions are
orders.
clear. What I want to hear from both of you right now is
Sigh.
Commander Lowe.
I understand and agree, Commander Lowe. There is nothing to be gained from a premature announcement.
Robin.
I understand, Commander Lowe.
Ken. Ken, Lowe here.
I read you, boss.
Tell Houston that I said Attila's a real hunt.
What? Is that some kind of joke?
Just tell them, Gordon. You'll receive new communication protocols immediately after.
Oh, cool. This is like a secret code.
Just like
You don't say.
the only one in Congress who knows anything about this.
Houston says the message is received and they're transmitting new codes.
We're getting back to work down here, Ken. Low out. I'm giving this baby a little push.
If that doesn't work, Commander, give it a big push.
What, the pig? Or what?
No, that metal plate.
Oh.
The plate just dropped down inside something.
Push the rest!
It's a small dark opening.
Flashlight?
I don't know.
It's a small dark opening.
Push the rest of the
Small
things in
dark
this.
opening.
Hmm?
Push this. Click on the things.
Rick, I wish I knew what these odd projections are.
I've taken pictures of them for analysis.
Okay.
Hmm.
Bloody hell game.
It won't do anything.
Maybe with this thing.
Oh, that could be something.
We are gonna use the shovel on everything.
Can't use these two things together.
Drill them?
There's no way to get leverage with this.
I may be criticized for it later, but I'm gonna dig out one of these odd projections.
Uh-huh.
It's your decision, Commander.
There! We've solved the puzzle.
Oh, there's another plate here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Porsche!
I'm going to push another one.
And then the other one.
I wish we could be sure we weren't destroying whatever message they meant us to receive.
There is no way to be sure it's Chinese.
We wouldn't be able to push them.
Kinda hate that that's how we say that something is not understandable in English.
Hmm.
It's another metal plate.
I wish there were some
And
sort
in
of
Dutch.
description.
What do they say in French?
Hmm.
Well, you know a little more French than me.
Yeah, but school French does not really teach you common parlance.
School French is
Same with school
useless.
English, really, but we're
School-
more surrounded by English, so that's easier.
School French is useless.
Kind of is.
Well, here goes
Here
nothing.
goes nothing.
We're with you, Commander.
Ooh.
Ooh!
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
What does that button do? Well, you don't say.
Update Houston. Load a shuttle. Static. Must be all this rock.
Uh-huh.
We're cut off. Should we go back outside and call them?
Nah, they can sit tight for a few more minutes while we look around.
Uh-huh. It's a better start. Yeah, there's not a lot of points of interest in this view, is there?
No, I actually thought that was another hole, but it's not. Oh, the stuff fell here.
Fell?
Those plates.
Oh, click on them, they're probably pushy things again.
No. It's one of those puzzles.
Yeah, just pick everything up.
These plates probably fit together, but how? These plates probably fit together, but how?
Put it in your inventory.
This metal plate has got to have some purpose.
It's annoying, I always want to right click to exit, but that doesn't work.
Yeah. We know you can't handle adventure games very well.
Hmm. So we're missing one.
Yeah, go look. Fetch.
Well, we've only pressed down 3 plates, so...
So, what?
4th one must be somewhere else. Question is where.
Is there anything here?
Well, that's where we came from, wasn't it? Oh wait, that vent maybe.
A small vent leading back to the outer chamber.
Maybe you need to go back to the outer chamber. What's there?
Oh, there's another one. Okay.
There you go. That was easy. Yeah, we're still not at the interesting part.
Almost,
We're also not at the stupid puzzle yet either. There's a stupid puzzle in this game. And a pixel hunt item.
This is the aliens test to see whether it's gonna reach intelligent life, isn't it? Okay, if they can solve this, they're intelligent enough to receive our actual message.
If they have the intelligence of pressing buttons, it's good enough.
To be honest, I guess the Voyager message also kind of relies on a similar principle.
You think?
Yeah, it's a very abstract depiction of our location in the universe, so...
What's happening?
Things are happening.
Unmoving.
Oh no. Problem.
Well, at least we're not gonna crash on Earth anymore. It's a spaceship.
Oh no, it's contact all of a sudden.
So is this the interesting part?
Yeah, we're about at the interesting part, yes. Hello, it's a contact story, not an asteroid story. Sykes!
Look, it even nicely fits within this rock.
Perfect. Well, how will we get back? Do we even have food? Oops.
We have a problem.
Someone turned me inside out twice.
It's a little difficult to move now.
That's because we've got gravity. Planet-type gravity. We're not inside the asteroid.
Uh-huh.
And the pressure is equalized. There's an atmosphere.
Can we breathe it?
Our suits are checking that automatically. Here we are. Yes, it's at least as breathable as the air.
Not very then.
Danger of airborne infectious agents.
I don't think so. Alien microbes should be no no threat to us.
Oh,
We
no.
have not evolved to make use of our cell structures.
The oxygen in our suits won't last long anyway.
Native Americans would like to disagree with you.
I say we take them off and save them.
Yes, but those were still
Smallpox.
humans. Those-
Smallpox was alien to them.
Yeah, but it was still working on human DNA. But that doesn't mean much, I believe.
I
We
wouldn't
should
make that
also-
bet. I
Yeah.
wouldn't make that bet.
Surprise, surprise. Attila was a spaceship all along.
A starship, faster than light. We're not in our own solar system. No planet but Earth has an atmosphere like this, and this ain't Earth.
After so many years of bad TV shows and crackpots with phony pictures, here is the real proof. There is alien life.
Load a cockpit, over. Load a payload, over. Yeah, I'd say we're out of range.
Yeah. Wow. You just called it faster than light.
For all we know, it might have been a million years since these people
If we had made radio work with faster than light communication, wow. That would have been quite a preparation for this one.
Learn what we can about this place. We might be here a while.
It's our spacesuits.
Yeah, don't need them anymore.
With my luck, this is probably the alien equivalent of poison ivy.
Yeah, don't
I
touch
don't think
anything.
I'll touch it.
Don't
Okay.
be the Prometheus team. They're slightly better than the Prometheus team.
Well, they already took off their spacesuits, so they're dead. They're contaminated by something.
Yeah, probably.
Where are you going, Lo?
I was gonna check for water. Or some way out of here.
I think we should remain together.
Yes.
Fine. Follow me.
This is no longer a space expedition, Lo. This is an archaeological dig. I am the obvious leader.
Title drop!
Whenever we need to dig something up, you
Title
can
drop
rush.
again!
In the meantime, our first business is to survive. Our second task is to get home. We need to work together, and I'm still the commander of this mission.
You don't know any more about surviving on an alien world than I do.
Boston is right, Ludger. He's the one with experience in survival, and we need someone in command. This is no time for a foolish power struggle.
All right, I agree. For now.
Always for now.
Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
The days.
Walk, walk,
Hey,
walk.
they run! Sorta.
Ooh, how grim.
Yeah, this kind of does look like whoever sent Attila has died millions of years ago.
Wow. Ooh.
It's a
More proof of
spaceship.
alien life.
Do you think there's anyone or anything alive?
Have you looked at it?
Let's hope they're peaceful. Or gone.
So, you wanna make some bets on who's gonna survive?
I'm gonna say the reporter and, you know, the main character, but the archaeologist guy is definitely gonna die.
Can you
I'm
tell
calling
me
it.
what these people look like?
Oh, so you're making a bet on an Adam and Eve couple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make no bets.
Animals have been
I'm only gonna bet on the main character. Because I don't remember shit.
It's funny
Well,
that
I do remember something, but if I mention it, I spoil everything.
it's funny that the
It's a chest?
archaeologist guy
Yeah.
is like making both biological and sociological judgments.
There is something in here.
Like, okay, sociological
What is in
maybe.
there?
When we get back, the engineers are going to have a field day trying to figure out how this worked.
Great. Put it in your pocket.
alien technology and conveniently portable.
Or in your bum.
This isn't that kind of LucasArts game.
We might need this wire later. I'm gonna
What
see if
would
I
be
can-
your mock porn name for
Should turn the
LucasArts?
power off of the breaker box.
If you were making mock porn versions of all their games.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Stand back in case something comes down on our heads.
Sorry, this question is just I cannot compute it.
Fuck us hard. Not right now, phone.
Uh-oh. Why is it vaguely looking like a dragon?
Look at it.
It's beautiful.
The voice acting is a little limp, I have to say.
Changing shapes, mathematical
Yeah.
progressions of ever more complex polyhedrons.
Next time I suggest pulling a wire.
No, I'm glad you did. What could that have been?
I don't know.
Random electrical discharge.
Maybe it's a kind of computer design.
So you don't have a better suggestion than fuck us hard?
No.
It conveyed some meaningful information, but to me, it means absolutely nothing.
If I would rename Monkey Island, I would call it The Secret of Spunking Island.
Was this your
Spanking Island, maybe.
Carry a spell.
What will happen next?
Come, let's grab that wire.
It still might be useful.
We found some stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the outside. Yeah, I guess we've got what we needed from here. Let's go.
I'm actually gonna look up a list of LucasArts titles. I now just want to invent some random names.
My wife is going to start a porn game company.
Porn adventure games.
I mean, isn't that what most adult games boil down to? Either that or bad arcade games.
Not just plants, but creatures too.
Day of the Tentacle does not need a rename.
No.
To me.
No.
But they are not lying where the animal died. They were placed here. Markers.
A grave?
Best guess.
And now a home for those rat-like things.
Where are some other ones that I actually fucking remember? Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade.
Right, but it feels as strong as steel.
It looks like a huge elephant tusk, but the tip is sharp.
Enough to make any ivory poacher envious.
If you have another word for crusade, maybe we can make it Indiana Shaggins and the Lost something or other.
Indiana Shaggins doesn't sound good.
Did anybody say it had to be a good one?
Looking at
Yes. You have to at least make something decent out of it.
Okay, then help me out here.
buried here.
TIE Fighter, Tight Pounder.
That's a bit of a far... That's a bit of a stretch again.
This is fun, honey. Ah. Full Throttle almost doesn't need a rename either.
You think you could climb this slope?
Full Throater.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't go up all the way to the top.
The engravings on this wall, are they writing or decoration?
You're asking us?
It took me only 40 minutes to derail this into pornography.
Is that going to be a feature of the Rambling Hour from now on? How long until I derail shit into pornography? Are we gonna be like adult game reviewer YouTubers or what?
I'm not particularly adult though.
What was that apparition?
Ah, so much to learn and not a single piece of instrumentation.
Okay.
Say something
If I set that
profound.
off by pulling the wire, or if it was just coincidence.
Just keep pulling everything you see and we'll find out, though.
Do you think that was an
Yeah, the
attempt
dick.
to communicate?
Was your pulling the wire an attempt to communicate with them?
The
Did
dick.
it ever occur to you that maybe if they wanted to communicate with us, They just come up and talk.
Thanks. Robbins. Do you think it was...
So you don't have other suggestions for Indiana Jones? No, I'm trying to solve puzzles! Leave me alone, woman!
Yeah.
Right now,
I don't want to think about dicking things right now. I have
What
it on the
about,
brain.
what about Indiana Bones the Lost Crusade?
Ooh.
I've never felt anything like that.
Does that mean he sticks his dick into the Holy Grail?
Still tingling.
If the Holy Grail had a pair of nice legs.
Oh no, this is devolving into Gabriel Knight.
Maggie, does Brink look okay to you?
So far, he looks fine.
I'm
You
okay,
don't
Commander.
say.
Thanks for your concern.
We all have to watch out for each other.
Oh, even if there's nothing new to ask, they just blew out stuff.
Blue, dabba dee dabba
So see,
da.
there's...
What was that apparition?
What was that?
But I asked that already, why are you not blued out? Or is it just... Ah, okay. Oh, it's only within a single conversation, it doesn't save it.
It's not very intelligent conversations, so...
She seems to be fine, Commander.
I'm okay.
I'm
We all
okay.
have to watch out for each other.
But no one ever asks me if I'm okay.
Yeah, maybe while you turn your back, they're asking each other, does he seem okay to you?
Maybe. Okay, so we have that dirt ramp which
Could
we
you go
can't...
back to the days? I'm trying to remember what to do in this. Ooh.
Oh!
Things are happening. Put your shovel in it.
I think we can safely say this is not a natural weather phenomenon.
How about a mirage?
Well, I would say put your dick in it, but dick is not an
Knew we were
a
here.
tool in this
It was
game,
time
so...
to
Yeah.
do something.
That will be in the game parody you make, huh?
Don't be too quick to
Of
offer
course.
advice.
How do we know what life looks like here?
It might be alive. Or it might be some kind of automatic guidance system. We triggered it in that ruined ship and now it's leading us.
You mean this is the last gasp of a holographic tour guide?
In my version of the dig, we'll go to an alien planet full of babes where you have to put your dick in the right things. Or they won't fuck you.
Stop it. Maybe you can think that's funny, but the last thing I need is some mischievous boy trying to give me the creeps.
If I wanted to give you the creeps, I'd tell you that it was the ghost of a long dead alien.
How do you know it isn't a ghost?
What? You think this is where aliens end up when they die? If it is, then this place better be hell, because it sure isn't my idea of heaven.
Now you're starting to give me the creeps.
Ah, heaven and hell.
Anyway.
Blah, blah.
Let's grab the shovel.
I'm gonna see if I can enlarge the hole. Maybe there's something under here.
Yeah, maybe something lives down in that hole.
The utterances of experts.
Yeah, didn't we just say that everything digging related was up to his purview?
I don't know.
The ground is soft here. Loose. I think this used to be an opening and over the years wind has filled it up with sand and dirt.
Here, let me see. Yes, that's right. You're probably right.
That means the ground is treacherous. It could be hollow under there.
Commander, I think it's time for an archaeologist to do the digging. I'm used to dealing with drifted soil.
Are you though?
Brink. Just be careful.
Or is this the start of
It's
drama?
pretty unstable. My feet kept sinking.
Something needs to happen, alright?
Be careful. Not to charge in with guns.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I first played this.
Are you regretting making me play this?
It has a way of creating the same feelings over and over again. Patiently waiting.
Oh no, they're gonna dig this in real time, aren't they?
No.
Completely. I can't.
No!
Oops!
Frank! I couldn't get to him.
Well, your bet is right so far.
Happened too fast. Can we get down there? How long a drop is it?
Yeah,
Trouble stormed the ramp. Follow me.
that's a bit quick.
Ta-da!
Here he is. He's not moving.
Brink. Boston. He's dead.
I should have been the one digging.
Oh no.
Then you'd be the dead one.
It was my responsibility to.
Brink and I are not children or trained monkeys. We're responsible adults. It could have been any of us, and there's not a thing you could have done to prevent it.
But to lose Brink, and we've only been up here.
Look, you can't keep me safe, and I can't keep you safe. So there's no particular reason for us to stay together. Our odds of getting back to Earth are better if we work separately on figuring this place out.
Let's split up!
Splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we're safer together? Ask Brink about that.
Because maybe I won't know.
It's a really strange conclusion that she's pulling here, honestly.
Communicators still work.
Do you want to adjust your survival chances here?
I'll be the same.
Maggie, it's against every rule of military action for an officer to be sent.
Is your bet still these two survive?
Yeah.
Action.
Doubt is forming, guys.
There's just you.
If you've played this
We
game,
both know
don't
exactly
tell in the
same
comments.
amount about this situation. Say nada, nothing.
when the full series there, go ahead and spoil it.
Then you're in command again. Until then, adios, ciao, sayonara.
Did you really have to say it in 4 different languages?
Twice.
Yeah, all my psychological tests as a kid said that I didn't work well with others.
So this is what failure feels like.
Ugh, don't be a dramatic bitch.
Ooh, when the music goes all, ooh, tragic risers.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll forget about him soon enough.
What did I pick up?
That's just your shovel.
Oh, okay.
I think you just picked up the shovel again, because Brink died.
You could be irritating sometimes, but you sure didn't deserve to die.
True. Can we go back up? Just as a question. We can. Okay. Back down we go. That was just a check, because...
Yeah, it's fair. Can we bury him or something?
I'll leave him lying there. Trust me on that judgment call.
Well, it probably wouldn't hurt too.
Everything
Seem
blinks.
to draw energy from my body and disperse it among all the plants. They must share a common root system.
Uh-huh. The part about draws energy from my body seems concerning.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
How many options are there? Okay, 3 primary colors and what, how many shapes?
Way too many to actually solve manually. So, moving on.
Because yeah, that's obviously gonna open this door, I
I wanna
guess.
kick this door.
Yeah, don't say, sir.
Oh, and there's more of them.
Another door. Ooh. Light. Ooh, another rod. Oh, actually, look at the rods.
Engraved sticks.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Wands, batons, bludgeons? It's some kind of
Bludgeons.
handheld computer game. With my luck, it's a hand grenade.
Stop talking about your trash luck, man. With the examine. There you go.
Aha, okay, so now I just, yeah.
You understand.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of which one is for which.
Engraved.
Mm-hmm.
5 geometric shapes. It's a rock.
Okay, but this
I
one
think
it
you
doesn't
need. I think you
seem-
need to do it the inverse way, not with the examine on the rod, but the rod on the examine.
No,
How did you do it with the purple then?
just, oh.
Okay, that one just does that.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Moving on. Let's keep exploring this random room. We're on an alien planet and everybody's abandoned us.
Well,
Words.
the woman abandoned us. The other guy just died.
What is that but abandonment? Okay, it circles. Alcove.
Oh, this is like the puzzle plates that we did.
Uh-huh. Doesn't mean anything.
No.
We're finally at the interesting point in the story, actually.
Okay, cool.
Something dramatic happened. You're stuck on this planet.
One of your people died.
But we don't touch the glowing plants anymore. Can we go down?
Yeah, that was what I was going for next. I suppose that's where the lady went. Don't see any other way she could have gone.
A ramp. Whee!
Oh boy.
How nice. There's something blowing.
Well, that's more plants, I guess.
Is it more plants? Because it looks like it's on top of a rock. Maybe
Plants-
it's something we can pick up.
Plants can grow on rocks.
Ooh,
Power source
shiny.
for this place. All I need to do now is to find the light switch.
Well, there's something down there.
Where the fuse box.
We can't reach it though.
An instruction manual might help. Maybe a map. And I could use
A map?
I could
and a
use
hot
this.
jukebox and a cold beer. Or just a starship headed for home. Get a grip, Austin.
He had a little crisis of faith, which understandable considering the
Well,
circumstances.
since we're playing this as a video game, I don't care about his need for a sandwich.
Oh no, it's a button.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
Nothing happened. What's this here? Oh dear. What happens if you press other buttons?
That one only adds once. Oh,
It's
is
an
this?
eraser.
Yeah. And that's erase all. Okay. And no matter what, he only adds one red. Interesting.
Let's keep looking around. What's that on the floor? Is that a thing? No, never mind. Yeah,
Just
the
the
edges-
edge to look down on the...
Yeah, just there's some weird pixels there.
But it's just rubble, I guess.
I can
So
see a
then-
lens way down at the bottom.
Gesundheit.
Moving on. You're just gonna go to the same
Oh,
spot.
okay.
There's only one edge in this room.
Okay. That's a bit weird, but sure.
Hot and glowing. If it isn't the power source, maybe I'm on the edge of hell.
The edge of hell.
Shows that he's American to immediately jump hell!
Doom.
How American of him.
Immediately fighting with each other. See, this is why Americans can't be the first ones to go anywhere. Okay, I think I should make a note of the rod. Can you give me some random paper? Like right next to you, there's...
There's an old
Yes, that will be used
letter
for...
envelope.
Can you look at the rod again?
Yeah, sure.
It's like the one hint we had.
So...
Red, blue, green, green.
Yeah, and
And
it's,
then it's like 16th cube.
6 things. It's
Ah,
a polyhedron. But the question... No, wait. Is it a D20 or is it a D16 maybe?
It's a 6-sided thing. That's all that matters. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's try that on some random doors.
Let's try it on this one. Because this is where we found it, right?
I don't remember.
I think so.
So, red, 6-sided thing. No. Yeah. Blue.
Cube. Oh god, this is gonna take forever.
Yes.
Cube.
Yeah. Green cube.
At least that's not as far as the blue one.
Uh-huh.
And a green diamond.
You're too far. Oh,
No,
never
green
mind.
diamond.
That one. Did it do anything?
Shut tight and I don't know the magic word.
Okay, next panel. Anything with 4 will do.
Are we just gonna brute force it?
I think there is no other option.
Okay.
And this is a reasonable set of variants. Not like if we didn't even have the hint. Red, 6-sided thing, yeah.
Blue cube.
Yes. As a puzzle, this is slightly annoying. Green cube, green
Yeah.
diamond.
It is slightly annoying.
I don't know why my brain just now was like, okay, this is fine.
The door is shut.
Remains sealed. Next! Eventually all of them will look like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Red 6-sided thing. Blue cube, green cube. Click, 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 click.
Green cube.
This is a puzzle, guys.
And green diamond, was it right?
Yeah. That. And that's what I saw on the rod.
The door is shut tight.
There's brink. There's the alcove.
That's also a door. That one. Blue cube. Green cube.
And green diamond.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You went too far.
I just completely glazed over.
Hello, brain. Knock, knock, knock.
Ow, actually.
That actually hurts.
The door is shut tight.
It's not really that it hurts, it's more... me. Head no like. And then we're
Does
round...
the column do anything?
Somebody spent a long time engraving these smooth grooves
Uh-huh.
on the surface of this column.
So you
Wish
say.
I knew what for.
So what if... maybe the plants?
I think we're just missing power at this point.
Okay.
Is the right door there?
Yeah, that's the one that we did first, I'm pretty certain.
Can we double check?
Yes, I will. But I'm pretty certain that we've done this
We
one
should have
already.
started from the corpse. Never mind.
See?
You were right.
Yeah, I recognize the door shape.
Moving on, let's look for more clues.
Well, we have been going for about an hour. A little more already, so...
Oh no, how dare we?
maybe we should just call it a day, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Oh, dark tunnel.
Can we even go through that? Will he go through that?
Well, we have a flashlight, so...
Well, that's useful.
Ooh.
Shiny.
It's more of those plants, I guess.
Shiny. All shiny. now we're dead. I don't know. Making jokes.
Now a xenomorph will jump. Okay, it's that pillar casting a shadow. It's like, ooh, there's a person there.
Yeah, that's the idea. You need to be scared, honey. Ooh, shiny!
Very shiny. A button.
We'll press every button we run into. Oh. No, can you?
There is an airtight seal between these two rooms. This looks like a command center.
A command center? Ooh, panel. Sit with your ass on it. That might work. Okay, never mind. No sitting with the ass on it.
It's an energized crystal. This crystal is lifeless.
Can you stick the rod in here?
That won't fit. That won't fit. That won't fit. That won't fit. There's a signal here, but I'm not getting a clear read.
A signal of what?
Okay, so that thing is basically a compass.
Oh, we could have maybe used it on the surface.
How about...
Tusk.
It won't do anything.
We're already rubbing everything on everything.
It won't do anything.
Well, we're rubbing a limited set of things on
I
everything.
can't use these two things together.
Can you look around in this room more?
Yeah. Wife is doing the wiggle of, come on, do something.
I'm looking for clues just as much as you, man.
Just straight pixels.
Yeah, straight pixels is a bit of a problem in this game so far.
This is just the end of the screen. It almost looks like we're underwater.
I think we are underwater.
You can't go across this part here of the floor, so you have to go around the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, watch out for the inventory button. Ooh, look at that.
Hmm? Yeah, it's...
There's a crystalline tube stretching across the bottom of the sea.
Oh, so there is water here. Yeah.
Told ya.
Okay, but...
It looks like water.
So we can't really do much else here, it seems.
Nope. You have nothing to put into the holes.
Bummer.
But I have an idea.
Hmm?
Since you looked at the thing. Blonk. Blonk. And up.
Also, can we go down here or something?
No.
Or no? Okay.
It's a straight line, this one. It's a dark tunnel. I swear if we do the thing again. Okay, never mind. Surface. Look at the compass thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pointing behind me.
Okay, so if you go on the platform, then what?
I wonder what they use this for.
He doesn't want to get on it, it seems.
It's pointing behind me.
Still pointing behind you. Okay. Go further back, I guess. Clearing. Can you look at the compass here?
It's indicating approximately that direction.
Oh! Give it another look-see.
It seems to be pointing at this mound.
Use the shovel.
With that device pointing at this mound, I suspect there might be something buried here.
Look, viewers, we solved the puzzle.
Yep.
Well, I guess you would have been starting trying that after a while, no?
Maybe.
Ooh.
It looks like a bracelet. It looks like a bracelet.
Yeah, you don't say.
Okay, so there's nothing more about it.
Is there anything in the hole, like... Why can't it still be interacted with? Nothing but dirt.
Okay, so we have a bracelet.
Uh-huh.
It's pointing at me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we have the bracelet.
Can you put
now.
the bracelet on the ball thing? I don't know.
It points directly at the bracelet.
Mm-hmm. Now it's a useless compass.
Yeah.
Where did you find the compass?
In that spaceship.
Let's go to the spaceship. Maybe we can stick the bracelet in the spaceship stick hole.
What is it? What?
I have it on the brain today.
Fine, I guess we'll have to make it an early night tonight then.
Maybe.
you,
Sadly enough, sex jokes does not mean sex necessarily.
I love you, honey. Even when your mind's in the gutter.
Can you dare? No. Okay, never mind. It's pointing at you!
Right.
Chest.
I don't want to store that here.
Yeah, I guess we are not getting anything else here.
Yeah, so I guess we'll call it quits at this point for a bit.
Oh, a thing to try next time for sure is, since we're having power problems, we have wire. We can see if we can conduct electricity with it, maybe with those crystals, because one of them was empty. Maybe let's try that quickly before stopping, or...
Where are you gonna put the wire?
I was thinking about
Up
tying
his
it...
ass?
No, I was thinking about tying it around the... around the crystals.
I don't think it's gonna do anything. What makes you think their power is conductible by wires of yet another race? Oh, that's a plate!
Oh yeah!
Looks like one of the control plates we found on Attila.
Well, I think we found what to do in this room.
Find more of those plates.
Yeah. Well, so much for saying goodbye, I guess.
No, we saying goodbye. See you next time, viewers.
Yes.
Aren't you gonna say the next time?
Okay, see you next time, you needy bitches!
She loves you still, people.
Yes, I do.
Bye-bye.